I woke up and I hated everything about myself. I was comparing myself to everyone. I've never not liked myself. You know how I just looked at myself and I just loved myself. I'm gonna make it to the top, darlings. Don't get me wrong. If you still have a problem with who you are, if you still compare yourself every single day to someone else, you are not going to accept yourself. Your life is probably not perfect. They are themselves also trying to figure themselves out. And hey, I'm Lwandile. This is what Lwandile has. This is what Lwandile does not have. Self-awareness, self-awareness. Because once you know yourself and you understand yourself, then you can love yourself.
Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome to my podcast, Quit the Noise and Be the Voice. I'm your girl, Rafinta Museki. We talking business, we talking culture, we talking money, and obviously, most importantly, ladies and gentlemen, we talking about owning who you are and finding authentic, true voice. So welcome, everybody. Please stay tuned. Love you guys, and please stick till the end because you guys don't want to miss this for sure. And today, I've actually got a very special guest with me. Like, she's my girl, guys. She's my girl. She's my girl, and she know that too. She's a TV presenter. She's an MC. She's a TV personality because she's got an amazing personality. Actually, an outstanding personality. She's an MC. She's won TV Presenter of the Year, Cape Town 2019. She's been a winner on the Zabalaza Innovative Show. She's actually done extraordinary things. I don't know how she does it all. Like, she's /MC, she's also / the burner boy. She's the life of the party. The party. She is literally the life of the party. She's like the burner boy in the female version.
You know what? I'm gonna take that on.
Except she doesn't rap, guys. She doesn't rap.
I just say
she speaks. And she monetizes with her talk.
Yes.
And she loves talking, just like me. Yes, so I have her on here. So we can have a conversation, guys. And today we're actually talking about why being yourself is the coolest you can get. Like, just owning who you are is the coolest you can get. And Lwazi, girl, you literally the person that, like, you're super confident in your skin.
Yeah.
Like, you can just walk in a bikini and be like, how do you do that? She's super confident, and I just want to ask you, like, how do you do that? How are you, by the way?
I'm good. Most importantly, I'm so happy to be here. Rafinta, thank you for having me. Then when she was giving me that intro, I said, "Oh, is that me, child?" Like, she's talking about me. So thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here.
I'm so glad you're here.
And going back to your question, and it's so funny you said that because I don't see myself as like a super confident person. Like, I'm just living life. Like, my vibe right now is just living life, like, for real. And I really, like, my motto has been in 2021 and 2023 just to enjoy your life. Because for so long, I strive for this perfection where it's like, I want to get to a certain place and I want to move to a certain place. Like, I feel like I'll be happy once I achieve career goals like this, or I feel like I'll be happy once I get a car, or I feel like I'll be happy once I get this specific apartment. And that was my focal point for a really long time. And then I was like, Lwandile, like, you're gonna get to these focal points, and then you're gonna realize that you've missed out on so much of life because you were waiting to get excited in 5 years when you got something, when you could have been excited while you're waiting for those things. Like, it's okay to enjoy life. Like, once I started looking at life like that, like, it's not just about you bagging all the bags, yes, and bagging all the jobs and getting all the career goals that you want. Absolutely, that's very important because, you know, we want to move like that. But living life in the moment, living life, experiencing moments right now, like being happy right here where we are in the moment has been my key goal in life, and I've just, like, been enjoying it. Like, so yeah, that's what it's been for me. Like, it's not even, I haven't even seen it as like a confidence thing. It's just been a thing of like, I am just living my life. Like, and I'm really happy, like, where I am, and I'm just like trying to enjoy as much as I can, trying to go out as much as I can, trying to see the world as much as I can, eat my
experience.
Food. Yeah.
Do you know, it's just about experiencing the moment, man. Because, like you said, we get caught up in 5 years from now, what I want to be.
Yeah.
And who are you now?
Who are you
now?
now?
Focusing on now.
Yes, and who are you making happy now? it's like you're gonna get everything that you want. You're gonna get those career goals, especially if you're working towards them. But rather get them while you're happy. Like, rather be happy. I didn't be happy 5 years from now when you bag that apartment. That's great. Be happy while you're going to bag that apartment.
Process.
Exactly. Like,
and some of us are so stuck in that. Oh, why is this taking so long?
Yeah.
Like, why is this career taking you so long? And also, life is about perspective.
Yeah.
It's all about perspective, like how you perceive everything.
Yeah.
And you've like literally been a winner. Like a winner was as a TV presenter winner 2019. Like have you always had that
yeah.
Like, this is, you've always envisioned that this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna win and I'm gonna kill it. And
yeah.
I'm gonna win. Like have you always envisioned that this is what I wanted to do?
Absolutely. Like I love being at the top. I'm There's
always room at the top. Room at the top.
Like guys know I adore being at the top. Like I thrive for it. Like guys, I love being an overachiever.
Girl, I love you.
Like I die for it. Like I truly love it. Like when I look at my life, I've always wanted to just like be team presenter of the year. I love achieving stuff. Like I've always been the class rep, been president of the SRC at City Varsity. Like there's so many things where it's like I've always just wanted to keep on striving. Like I want to be at the top. I don't want to be a regular folk. Like I want to be the best TV personality in the world if I can. Like that's really what I'm all about. So I really like love striving for the best. But also I must say like credit goes to me, but also credit goes to God. Because God is so merciful, like, and he has so much favor. I feel like God has placed so much favor upon my life. And so when I speak about like all the things that I'm so good at this, I'm so good at that, like there's so many people who I'm sure are better than me in most situations, but I've just been favored by God and put me in the right situation where I can allow my light to shine. So I really just, I really believe that it's all God. But also, I believe that working hard should take you some time. Yeah.
But God is being good.
God is good.
And He just knows the plan.
Yeah.
Like, He knows the plan. Like, you might choose a plan, but at the end of the day, He decides.
Yeah.
And that's one thing I've been checking it out. Like,
yeah.
You're just a faith-based person.
Really
and we're actually going to get to that.
Yes, no, we should.
But like, tell me about like growing up, dude. Like, growing up, like, how was it? Like, how was the little was it? Because I feel like you've always been up for the superstar lifestyle.
No.
Nobody can relate.
She said, I'm gonna make sure.
Superstar girl. Like, I feel like you've always been in this life.
Actually, no. I think when I was younger, I was a people pleaser. So I really, really wanted people to like me. Like, I really liked it when people like me. Like at some stage, like I couldn't draw boundaries because I really like I felt like if I drew a boundary with you, I felt like you would think that I don't like you anymore, or I'll give you a reason not to like me. So I just allowed anyone to do whatever it is that they want. And because Lwa is so lovely and Lwa is so nice and Lwa is so forgiving and Lwa is such a good person that she's not gonna say no. So when I was younger, I didn't have like such a great time. When I grew up now, I realized that I was wrong. When I was younger, I should have drawn way more boundaries. And I was also quite shy. And I wasn't not like shy, but like I wasn't part of the cool kids. No, I played hockey, like which was also not like a cool sport. Netball was the cool thing. Netball was like the cool sport where all the hot girls hang out, and then I just played hockey, and I was like so happy in myself. And yeah, like I just was shy, and I'm trying to remember. I feel like someone from a high school.
How are you this person now? Like,
I don't know. I don't think I was shy as in like I was shy reserved, but I didn't know. My perspective, or rather, what I wanted to be wasn't out there. It wasn't like I want to be this media TV personality. I was just like, maybe I might be an accountant. Like who knows?
And you literally graduated. You like a graduate and everything. So
I was like, I might do something else. I might not. And then I'm actually my memory sucks. So I'm literally sitting here thinking, what about my childhood in specific? I know I played sports. I know I didn't go out much. I did actually. I went out to sports festival quite a lot, which was fun for me. But the young one was very calm, reserved. One thing I can remember that I've changed completely now is I was a people pleaser, but not at
but now it's like,
it's like
people pleasing.
I'll do my now.
Like right now, if I don't want you, I'm going to block you.
And that's part of self-love. And that's part of finding yourself and knowing, like self-love is like obviously loving yourself, taking out your spas, etc. But drawing boundaries is self-love.
super
Eating healthy is self-love.
Like just good habits.
Going discipline, exactly. Having discipline for yourself is self-love.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. It doesn't just go with, okay, I love myself, but like, are you willing to go the extra mile to actually make it the best version of yourself?
Yeah.
And like the reasons why actually, one of the main reasons I started this podcast, a lot of people don't know, is because like I've always struggled to like own fully who I am, right? I've done a lot of things, been everywhere, but then it's a thing of like I couldn't fully authentically spread my wings. Like what you said, like I was always a people's pleaser. Lived according to other people's perception. Like my parents' perception, my sisters, my family. I would be who they wanted you to be, not who I truly wanted to be. And I feel like we're living in such a society where like we press down by that. Family members have this perception of who they want us to be. And it's a facade. So we put on this mask because we want people to like us, like you said. We put on this mask, and there's people who have been struggling with this for such a long time. And like, what I want to ask is like, how do you still be yourself, right? And just, it goes out to like, as a word of advice to people who are listening right now. How do you like confidently be yourself in a world full of so much noise and so much, everybody's just trying to put on a facade, put on this mask, and I mean, you're in the cultural industry where people are pretending to, they feel like they can afford a Bugatti or whatever, but they actually can't. But because of the pressure of society, they try to look impressive. The pressure of looking impressive as well. So like, how have you like overcome that? Like just in a world of so much pretense that you authentically being yourself through it all.
Okay, on the surface, I'm going to answer that two ways. I'm first going to answer the surface level. And on the surface level, I feel like the main thing for you to be able to be confidently yourself is self-acceptance. Like, what if you still have a problem with who you are? If you're still comparing yourself every single day to someone else, you are not going to accept yourself. And there's no way you're going to be confident in who you are, because you're trying to be confident, but you're trying to be someone else that you're not, you know. If you're still trying to look at someone else and be like, oh my God, their life is so perfect, like I want to be this person. Promise you, not that I want people's lives to suck, but their lives is probably not perfect. And they are themselves also trying to figure themselves out. So once you understand that, hey, I'm Lwandile Zulu, this is what Lwandile has, this is what Lwandile does not have. These are Lwandile's like good qualities, these are Lwandile's bad qualities. Once I feel like self-awareness, like for me, self-love starts with self-awareness, because once you know yourself, and you understand yourself, and then you can love yourself, because you know, okay, these are my strengths, these are my weaknesses. Even though my weaknesses, like you find quirky things about yourself, you're like, no man, this is what I like about myself, like this is what makes me interesting, and then there's so much, I can work on that. But the minute you understand yourself, for me, I feel like that's the minute you can actually start to love yourself. You're like, okay, cool, this is what I like about myself. And then after you love yourself, obviously you're like, hey, like, I love myself, so the confidence
even the flaws you have, you start even like they loving your insecurities.
Absolutely.
I realize that I'll be like, girl, I know you're insecure about that, but it's okay. Let's embrace it.
Literally.
Let's embrace it. You know, and I mean, we all suck at something.
Absolutely. And I feel like that the one thing that is making us all go down in this time and age for me is the fact that we are all striving for a perfection that does not exist. There is no such thing as perfection. The thing is, people are trying to have no insecurities, no this, no that. You are gonna have those things. Like, it's part of life. It's a journey. Like, if you were perfect, then you wouldn't need any of us. Like, we all have insecurities. We all have things that we worry about. We all have struggles. But it's understanding how to maneuver that in a healthy way for you. So the fake perfection that everyone is trying to attain, all thanks to social media is wrong, but I'm not going to get into that, child, because that's that conversation for
another day. No, we could go on.
We could go on and on.
We could literally go on, because we are really trying to look impressive on social media.
Yeah.
But then that's the life we're not living.
Yeah.
That's literally the life we're not living. And it's just too much, actually. It's actually sad, to be honest.
It's very sad. Like, literally, my goal and my advice to everyone, like, just live your life. And live your life and be happy in the moment. And whatever it is that you're doing, we might not have the same bank accounts, we might not have the same friends, we might not have to be in the same city, we might not have the same advantages. But I'm just saying, wherever you are, just try to be content and happy where you are. Obviously, strive for more, because we're going to make it to the top, darling.
Exactly.
Don't get me wrong. Like, we want to go to America and all you there.
But at the top.
We want to go to the top, but I just feel like you should be enjoying your life right now. Like, just enjoy every moment, because you never know it. Yo, this world, you really never know.
And I always feel like I always tell people that, like, without you, the earth is missing something.
Yeah, absolutely.
Without Lwandile, like, there is something missing. Without you, I wouldn't have had this conversation right now. Like, who would be sitting right next to me?
Yeah.
So I just always feel like the earth is missing something, and God has obviously placed you in this world.
Yeah.
And I know you're really a faith-based person.
Absolutely.
I also want to touch on that, how important that spiritual life to you, especially with so much in the world that's going on.
Like,
you just need to hang on to a higher power.
You do. I cannot stress.
And what happened with Ricky? And it's like the most joyful people that put on this image of I'm happy, I'm positive, those are the people who are actually going through the most.
And it's so painful to see. It's really heart-wrenching, especially with someone like Ricky, who gave so much to the world, who gave so much to the culture, who gave so much to those around him, that he did not feel that love. It's really heartbreaking. And going back to your question, for me, faith is very important. Like, it's my firm foundation. It's the one thing that I stand on. It's the one thing that keeps me alive. Like, if we're going to, like, the baseline and everything, like, Jesus is the only thing that is making everything work right now.
I feel like crying.
Like, when I say, like, when I think about Jesus and just so many things that he's done. Firstly, he's been my provider. Like, I moved to Cape Town, and I had to study, and God took me through school, and then God has always made a way financially, and like, God has made a way even not just for my needs, but for my wants as well. And other than that, like, God has been so kind to the person that I am. Like, I remember at some stage, like, there's a month, I think, during 2020, speaking of the self-confidence issue, where I woke up and I hated everything about myself. Like, mind you, I have nice skin, right? My skin was breaking out. I felt like I was gaining a lot of weight, like, and I was comparing myself to everyone. Like, there was a month where I absolutely woke up and I remember just crying. I'm like, oh my God, I hate myself.
Damn, dude.
I hate myself. And for me, I've never felt that way. Like, I've never not liked myself like that. And at that moment, I hated myself. Like, and I was alone because quarantine, and everyone is away, and I wasn't at home in Durban. I was here because I was working in Cape Town TV, so I had to be here filming still during the quarantine. And like, I hated myself, and I was just like, God, like, please, like, Jesus, like, please heal me. And I can't say there was a specific day or a specific moment, but there was one time where I woke up and I felt none of that. Like, that weight had been lifted off my shoulder. I could look at myself in the mirror and not be mad. That's when I don't even know how it happened. Like, and I just looked at myself and I just loved who I was. And yes, I was like,
that's the thing about God. Like, He has a wonder-working power.
Yes.
That all of a sudden, like, I could be crying, man. Like, really, like what you said.
Yeah.
Hating myself.
Yeah.
But then and then just a glimpse of God just comes in you. But then I serve a living.
Yeah.
Why do I have to feel this way? Like, why do I have to put myself in this way where there's someone that truly loves me? Because you could feel like nobody loves you. Nobody's giving you that love. And maybe that could have been the case with Ricky Ray. Like, he didn't get that form of love that he was pouring out to the world. But like, he didn't receive it. But then God is there and to give you that love that you can't get anywhere else.
And sometimes, though, it's not even about him not receiving it. I'm sure the people around him were pouring into him and his wife, etc. But sometimes you're just fighting battles, like, where it's fighting your mind constantly, 24/7. Imagine fighting your mind. I couldn't do it for a month. He had been fighting with depression for so long, you know, and he really fought like a really, really good fight. Like, that is a long time. I cannot imagine.
Yeah, he fought depression for a very long time.
Like, I cannot imagine waking up every day and fighting my mind all the time. It's like a constant struggle, and it's like something that I dread, and that's why my heart goes, like, it's so heavy, because fighting with other people, that okay, you can still get away from that. By fighting with yourself 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, every single year, your mind is telling you things about yourself. You are telling you, okay, maybe I'm not saying this is what was happening to me, but like your mind is fighting, okay, you're not good enough, nobody does this, nobody likes you, no. 24 hours a day, child.
He can really lie to you.
He can lie to you, and also he can make you feel like those things are true.
He can.
And
like he can really make you feel like this is it.
And he'll fight you, exactly, like, and he'll fight you for so long, and we get tired. And I can imagine, like, as people in general, like, we get tired. There's so many things that I've been praying about, and then I'm tired of praying about, and I can feel myself going up and down, and God, I do not believe in this, and I'm like, oh God, I'm tired of believing it because it hasn't happened yet, and God's like, it's gonna happen. Yeah, like, so it's like up and down, but like you get tired and you get fatigued, and at some stage it's like you draw the line and you say, actually, like, I don't want to keep doing that anymore, you know. And that's why it's so heartbreaking once you reach that point of like, okay, this is it.
That's so true.
And I really just hope that God like goes into every situation and helps everyone who needs to be, who is dealing with a mental health problem. And I really just hope also that our therapists avail themselves. And I really hope that we find more, that God works with therapists and vice versa. So, you know, I really just hope like people get prayed for, people also go to therapy, people find peace, man. I really want people to find peace within themselves.
Finding peace is
finding peace with yourself also is also part of that joy and that self-love. Because if you're not at peace with yourself, there's no way you're gonna. And the thing about that thing where it's like it's voices in your head telling you about how not good you are, and about how not enough you are.
And that voice just becomes so much noise.
It is.
It's constantly just so much noise that you can't even hear yourself. You can't even hear God.
Yeah.
You can't hear anyone around you.
You can't. It's become so loud, like louder than anything else, and it's a battle, and it's a very hard battle because it's every day. It's not like it gives you a break where it's like today. Oh, maybe it does. I wouldn't know. But like today you're gonna have a really great day, and then you plummet again. Like it's an up and downhill battle. But
but you don't experience ups and downs.
Truly.
But like you, that one person, I've realized even the first day like I met you, well, I've known you way before that.
Yeah.
But you hold yourself accountable for being kind.
Yeah.
Like I strongly, and that's what we need to tell ourselves, that you need to hold yourself accountable for being kind, because you don't know what a person is going through.
Absolutely.
You literally don't know, and that goes again with like your mental health and everything. You just never know. Like I could be passing, you be like, Rosie, and then you mean to me, and then I'm like, oh damn, oh fuck, why was it? And you're that one person that was like, hey, have you been this type of person that I'm gonna hold myself accountable for being kind, for being a genuine person, no matter what the world is throwing back at me, because a lot of us, we are accountable for being kind, and then the world throws so much hate that you're like, fuck being kind.
Exactly.
I'm not going to be kind.
Yeah, and which is valid also because the world and child. But yeah, I just feel like also like I'm a very bubbly person.
You are.
I'm just like,
and I think that's why like, God has a love me like, yeah. Even at the time, we'll be like, yes, child, let's check it out.
Exactly. So in general, like my personality has always been like, hi, how are you doing? Or I think also though, which is something that I've taken from my people pleasing days, is like just being kind. Like we used to be a people pleaser, obviously I had different intentions, like please like me. Now I don't care if you like me or not, but I'm just gonna practice kindness because I feel like why do you need to be mean or rude? Like that's just so weird. Like don't be weird. Don't be weird.
Why are you just sitting there with your mouth?
Like don't be weird, child.
Why?
Like don't be weird, be mindful also of like people around you, and just like you don't even have to be like, hey everyone, like just like if someone's interacting with you, like deal with them on a decent level, like meet people with respect. I feel like that's the key thing, meeting people with respect.
That's so true. And like also like the journey of finding yourself is constantly, like I feel like you never stop truly finding your voice. And like you, that one person, I feel like you found, like, okay, I wouldn't say you've obviously arrived. There's so much more to do from arriving. There's so much more to do. Same. Yeah. But like you know your voice, man. Like you stand, like you stood firm on your faith, your voice. And there's so many people who are struggling with that. And a lot of us, especially the youth, we're beating ourselves up for not having it all figured out. Like, I don't have my life figured out at the age of 22. I must be a mess.
Yeah.
I mean, you 22.
I mean, you're a child.
Fuck.
You're a child. You're a baby. You're practically still wearing diapers.
So that was why you tell like the people, because obviously my fan base is mostly the youth and everything.
Yeah.
Like, as like when you're trying to find yourself, it's okay to not have it all figured out.
Oh my
Like,
God, absolutely. I don't think you're ever gonna have it all figured out.
I don't think we all have
I don't think you're
it.
ever
Can be
gonna
50
and not have it figured out, and that's okay because life is a growing process. Obviously, by the time you're 50, you're gonna know more because you've experienced life more, you've seen more. But to say that you're gonna have it figured out, like that will not work. Because also there are different stages of life. So right now, let's say your main priority is to get into varsity. Okay, you were working on that, and then you get that. And then when you get to varsity, you realize that the person that you were in high school is not the same person that's going to be in varsity. So then you self-discover that person as well. And then also when you're getting into the workspace, it's like the person that was in varsity is not the same person that's going to exist in this space. So then you just rediscover yourself as well. You get into marriage, you realize the same person you were in Jolo is not the same person you're going to be as a wife. So you rediscover that. Maybe the person that you are as an executive is not the same person you were as just a manager. Again, rediscovery. I feel like the world is all about rediscovery. And the minute you start rediscovering yourself, that's when you're putting a line. You say, okay, I'm done growing. This is where I am. When God, just live, guys. Even if you're 50, I don't know.
What you want in life. It's okay to start over at the age of 40. Okay. I always tell my mom. Sometimes my mom tells me, "Oh, I'm Finny. I feel like sometimes I don't have it figured out. I should be somewhere right now. I should be a millionaire." But I'm like, dude, it's okay to start over.
Exactly.
It's okay to start a new marriage. It's okay to start from afresh.
It's okay not
no
to
matter
know.
what. It's
Exactly.
okay not to know.
It's really okay not to know.
And there's beauty in not knowing sometimes.
There is so much beauty in not knowing. Yes, it comes with a bit of anxiety. I'm feeling that. Like, Lord, where will I be in 5 years' time? But that for me is where my faith comes in. We're in time. I don't know if it's a way I'm going to be in 5 years, but I can trust the person who holds me in his hands. I can trust that when I'm in God's hands, when I'm in Jesus' hands, there's no way he's going to put me in a mess. So it's like, I don't know how I'm going to get to be the best TV personality in Mzansi, but I know that God will make opportunities for me. I don't know how I'm going to be the best businesswoman in South Africa or even in Africa, but I know that God is leading my steps. So that's, for me, is very important to understand that, okay, I might not know, and obviously that, and also do you know that excitement and anxiety come from the same system. So it's like it channels the same nerves. So it's either you could be excited about your future or you could be anxious about your future, but you can't be them at the same time because it's channeled from the same place. Exactly. So I choose to be excited because, you know, I'm looking to God and I'm saying, God, you're a faithful God and I'm standing on your word. And if you say that you have my future and if you say that at the right time, I, the Lord your God, will make it happen, I'm going to believe in that. I'm going to say, you know what? I may not be working for, I'm not going to say the brand that I want to work with soon. I'm trying to manifest, but I'm also not trying to set myself up.
You never know.
You never know. So I might say, okay, on the example, I might say MTV, God is calling me to BET now. They're like, hey, we'll put this on the MTV. But anyway, I'm not gonna say it. I'm just saying.
Guys, I need to.
She's there right now.
She's I need to be. Huh? Do you guys know?
You killed me, please. But
like, I need to say it. And like also, dude, this like just to close up everything.
Yes. Oh my God, I can't believe time flies.
Yeah, it does. We're having an interesting conversation. Like, I just want to close it. Like, a lot of us, right? Like, our parents, no, it's a thing of we've been programmed in this certain way, right? Yeah. They go to school, get a 9 to 5, get a high-paying income, career job. You know, get married, get kids, you know. But like, you tell your mom, "Mommy, I want to be a YouTuber." Yeah. What is that? Not my child. Mommy, I want to be a photographer. I want to be a content creator.
Yeah.
I want to be a podcaster.
Yeah.
My mom asked me, "Hey, when I bet you listen to this." What is this? This is the radio. I used to get the radio.
very much.
But like, yeah, like just advice on somebody that wants to be a TV personality or somebody that wants to be like a YouTuber.
Yeah.
But then they've been programmed that no, the only way to make it in this world or in South Africa is if you get a high paying job, if you get kids, if you get married, if you take a loan, if you take a student loan, if you take a mortgage and pay for that house, pay for that car. That's the only way, and that's success. But like, what about those little girls who are in high school? I'm like, but then I want to be a YouTuber. I want to be a TV personality. I want to be an MC.
Yeah.
I want to be Burna Boy. I also want to be the life of the party. I want to be the life of the party. Exactly. Like, what advice do you have for that youth right now? Someone is watching like, yo, I want to get out of this job. Like, I want to get out of this 9 to 5. I can't be anymore. My heart belongs in photography. My heart belongs, like, that's where I'm at.
Yeah. For me, firstly, I think the one thing that I really advise, I'm not sure if you guys are like faith-based, but for me, like, that's literally the key to my life. Like, I feel like you need to pray about it, like, really seek God and ask God, like, is this what you want for me? Because I feel like the minute God says, Lwa, I have placed you to be a TV presenter, He doesn't need your mom, your dad, your sisters, your friends to approve that you're a TV presenter. If the creator of the heavens and earth said that I put you on this earth to be a TV presenter, trust me, my darling, He doesn't need your family and friends to say, oh yes, we're cheering you on. God will promote you Himself. God knows how to take someone and put them in the highest place. So I feel like once you've established that, okay, God wants me to do this, then obviously it's going to be tough because we as humans, we need human support. We are people of relationship. We love relationship. I mean, I love being supported. I love being loved by, being appreciated, like my mom being like, yeah, I'm cheering you on. I love that and I want that for you. But unfortunately, if you don't have it, I'm so sorry. But I do feel if God says that, hey, this is what you should do, that you should pursue it. And one thing about Jehovah, He will show you what it is that you should go for. So after that, I can't tell you step by step. I can only give you what has been killing me alive, and that is God. God will give you a step by step. God will bring someone like Rafensa into your life. Let's say she's doing a podcast, then you guys are collaborating. That's already propelling you in the right area to what you want to do. You never know who you meet. You literally never know. And then obviously the second thing is understanding that you're good at it. If you're about to and you want to be a singer,
self-awareness, guys. It goes back to what we
said. Like, see, sometimes we're not hating on you. Sometimes you just can't sing. Sometimes you're just not good at what you want to do. So maybe do take parental advice as well. But I also feel like there should be a balance. Like, for example, let's say you don't like your 9 to 5, but try do your dreams on the weekends. Because as we all know, guys, we're living in an economy that's very shaky.
You need to pay
rent. You need to, and for creators, although our market is getting better and the payments are getting better, etc., influencing has helped quite a lot. But still, 9 to 5s do support a very stable.
Trust me.
Yeah, like it gives stability. You know,
Yes.
It brings stability to your life. You have bills to pay. You have things to do. So try to incorporate that. But don't just be like, just think about it carefully. But don't just be like, I'm gonna drop my 9 to 5 and I'm gonna go for it.
Hey guys, nothing to quit your job, please.
Yeah.
We are not saying
I'm not gonna pay your bills
tomorrow. Oh no,
I'm not
guys who said, guys, I need to follow my YouTube passion. Guys, we say
cooperate,
but be strategic about
exactly.
it. Be strategic about it.
Exactly.
Don't just I'm gonna
drop everything, and I'm
be
just like,
strategic about it.
I'm not gonna pay your bills, child. So
And
please
also,
do.
You're not gonna gain. We all started with 0 followers, guys. You're not gonna gain 100 followers in one day.
Yeah.
And that's when it's coming. So you take it slowly, you enjoy the process. Like, while I'm doing this, dude, I'm just enjoying the process.
Exactly.
What happens in the long run, that's what's going to happen. But enjoying the process.
And that's what's so important. Like, for me, I've been in the process for a while. Like, God has shown me things about myself where it's like, this is the end product. And for so long, I've been striving for the end product. Like, what is it going to happen? What is it going to happen? And I tire myself out so much because I'm just like, every time it doesn't happen, because I feel like this is the opportunity, it doesn't happen, then I get disappointed. Then it's like, again, like I'm in it like a rabbit hole. And God is just like, in the process, like that's when I found myself. Like I that's how I found my voice. You asked me how did I find my voice? I found my voice in the process of waiting. In this process where I wasn't in the final destination, where I was in the middle. Like not not just at the beginning, not at the end, but in the middle, going to where I think I'm supposed to be. That's how I've been able to find my voice, where I've actually been like, okay, I'm not working where I want to work, but I can improve myself right now. I'm not where I'm supposed to be or where God has shown me I have the capability of getting, but me being on my way there has taught me so much. It has taught me so much about respecting people, respecting my craft, being kind, being on time, learning business skills, learning time management skills, learning to speak to people. In that waiting period, you learn so much. Yes, and once you get to that job, it's like, then you won't screw it up because you've learned and you've been at it. And then people want to be like, oh, I was a fly by night success, and it's like, darling, no, God has been working me. I've been praying about this ever since I left high school. I told God that this is what my dream job is ever since I left high school, and I'm getting here 6 years later, and you thought I just came up, but no, I've been.
I just don't know how. Like, I look at myself also. Like, sometimes I really compare myself to other podcasts.
Yeah.
Especially podcasts that have been doing it, and I'm like, but dude, you just started.
Yes.
Like, you just fucking started being a TV personality. You cannot compare yourself to someone who's been doing it for a long time, like 10 years max. A person has been doing it, and you just started a month ago, and you already wanted. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah. And for me, I advocate for looking at other people who you admire. Like, I love, like, look at people who you're like, oh my God, this person is doing amazing. But do not. Comparison is the biggest thief. Like, the killer of joy. Like, the minute I start comparing myself to people, the minute I start comparing my journey to other people's journeys, I could celebrate them as well. Because before, it's like, why? Like, I'm like, God, why? You show me this, and like everything is happening for everyone, and it's not happening for me, and I just feel like this is not fair, Lord. Like, you know, I'm a good Christian. Like, I read my Bible, and I love you so much. I worship you, but you ain't doing this for me. You're doing it for everybody else for me. And God's like I'm not punishing you. Like, and lots of people need to know, like, the waiting period is not God saying you suck. Sit there, I'm punishing you. It's God saying, I love you so much that I don't want to put you against you. So when you get to that position, you know how to treat your workers. You know how to, when you get into a boardroom, you know how to address every single person. You have a maturity, not just to come in there like whenever you like and how you want, but you appreciate the fact that God has been grooming you for so long for the specific moment that it elevates you so that you get all the other things. Otherwise, you might get there and you fumble it immediately. Then what? God must start again.
Premature. I've heard someone saying the killer of destination is premature.
Absolutely.
Like, Jesus didn't start performing miracles at the age of 50.
He literally. He didn't start when he was a baby and he went away. He started when he was 30. You understand the waiting. Now you know. You know that you're the savior of the world. You know you are a child. You know that you are God's son himself on the earth. But you're waiting. And at the right time, and God, like for me this year, I don't know if you, but for me in my church this year, this is the year of the Lord's favor and rest and acceleration. So it's like when people worry about it, it's like if it's taking so long and like everything is moving so slow, like I'm losing out on time, and it's like you serve a God of acceleration. God can keep you closed for 3 years. And then make you famous to the whole world. He can hide you in a secret preparing place for 5 years, and then one day he accelerates you into the whole world. In one day. In what God
is 1 day is 1,000 days.
In one day, God can literally make you trend in all of the world, and you're like, oh my God, like God is a restorer of time, and God will make sure that you don't feel like you lost out on time because He was just preparing you, and He's going to make sure that when you do get there, the days are extended, and then everything happens fast.
Oh, guys, that is amazing, dude.
Girl.
Yeah, that is amazing.
Can't wait.
I'm so glad you were here.
Girl, thank you for having me.
Like, you kind of left me speechless. Like, oh my God.
Oh my God. I'm so happy to be here.
Yo, dude, it was amazing.
Thank you for having me so much.
I really appreciate it. Like, it's super.
Time flies also.
It does.
Like, this feels like it was like 5 minutes and we've probably been chatting for a while.
We. So guys, that is literally quit the noise and be the voice, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in to the podcast episode today. That was episode number 9. Thank you very much for tuning in. Hope you guys stayed the whole time.
Yeah.
And you didn't go
anywhere. But because it's a podcast, you can pause and come back. So if you have something urgent to do, like to drink water or something, like
please,
you can pause a little.
Guys, thank you very much for tuning in to today's episode.
Yes.
It was amazing. It was amazing. We love you guys. Shout out. And don't forget to quit the noise and find your voice.
Yeah.
Actually, find your voice.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, guys.